Alright, gonna work on the old Brownwall again today. Things are coming together. I'm getting everything ready for Mike to put it together. I just picked up a grease cup for back here. It's the connecting rod. And picked up a belt. The belt's got to be cut and made for this. And Mike has the little teeth thing that makes the belt. But it's just little stuff that has to be done. I have to clean up some paint off of this here and try and get that governor. Try and get this governor a little bit loose. But also, what we have to do is here's the push rod mechanism, and the end of it here is. Let me try and come in slow. You know what? I'll get a good background, then come in slow. You know, it's pretty much welded on there, you know, from the years of rust and stuff. So I'm going to try and loosen that up. I've had it soaking here in some Aerocruil, but you know, that's no miracle thing there. You know, people say use acetate and automatic transmission fluid, and you know, nothing's going to work if it's that bad. So I might have to stick this in a vise and heat it up, but we're going to try it. We're going to see what we can do. Worst case scenario, you got a bolt here. This thing don't want to focus. There you go. You got a bolt there, a shoulder bolt, looks like, and that's probably frozen in there. But we could always drill that out if we had to. Or you know what? We could probably leave that where it's at and just cut the threads off here, and then weld some new threads on, and then make a new catcher there. You know, that's just a round thing, but it's cut out and it has a flat in the bottom. So that's probably the way we go. If we can't get it off, we cut that and then weld on some threads and make it look original. But we're going to try. We'll stick it in there and we'll try and loosen it up, and then, like I say, maybe we'll put some heat to it. Hopefully we can get it loosened up. So that's where we're at. Yeah, like I say, this is good stuff, but you know, everything has its limits. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want this stuff. Alright, let's get to work. Yeah, this belt here, it's they call it woven, endless woven belt. You know, it's like cloth, but it's rubber coated. And like I say, Mike has the machine, it's got a little thing that has teeth in it, and then you can put it together. But this is how it would go. Oh, we're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose it there. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's how you turn your fan. So that's a 14-inch wheel and a 1.5-inch pulley. So I don't know what the ratio is, but I'm sure you guys can figure that out. And the engine will probably be going 250 RPM. So that'll tell you how fast my little fan will be going. Alright, let's get to work. Alright, we got you in the vise here, and you're locked up pretty tight. Like I say, I'm not very optimistic here. It's a 1/2 inch, but if you look and you see how sloppy that is, you're just asking for trouble. And so sometimes you get away with using a metric. It's a 13, and that's even worse. Tried a 12, and it's not quite it wouldn't make it. So what I sometimes do is I'll put an adjustable wrench on there and then make it even tighter. And then try and put it on and try and hammer it on. This is an old wrench, so. Okay, see now, you're not going to get much tighter than that. So let's give it a try. Oh, look, I think we're getting some movement. Look at that. Huh. Now you got to get your wrench off. Huh. Wow. That surprised me. it wasn't looking promising. Look at that. Okay. Let me go get some vice grips so we can get that top piece off. Wow. Sometimes you get lucky. Alright. I got the set of vice grips. These are the newer style. I think they actually went to this style and went back. I hate these. You know, because you have no tab to open them up, and sometimes you got them on so tight you can't get them off. But they got the best teeth of anything I got, so let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh. Wow. Well, we lucked out on this one, huh? Alright. Alright. That was uneventful. Look at it. You give it to that arrow coil. That looked like it was never going to come off. Let me get my glasses here, see what's going on. Oh. Yeah, you see that? The arrow coil didn't even make it down to the threads here, so. Alright. Wow, we lucked out on that one. Alright, let's clean that up and we're done with that. Clean that up on the wire wheel. Alright. It was nice we didn't have to wrestle with that push rod there. It's every once in a while it's nice to get something go in your favor, but alright, you know what we're gonna do right now? Right here we got the governor. And this arm here, this governor, everything is supposed to move freely. You know, I can get that to move with a hammer by tapping it. But you know, here's a lock nut. Here's a nut and a lock nut here that's supposed to hold it in place. And you probably don't even need that because it's so froze up. So I think I'll take a wire wheel and try to get around there. And then maybe we'll put some arrow coil in there and try and work it back and forth. You know. Actually, yes, it moves good enough that I don't have to fix that. You know, I mean, it's like Ron Popeil says, you set it and forget it. So I could tap it where it has to go and it would be okay, but I'd rather fix it so it's adjustable. And then what we do, we got this governor weight here. This governor weight sits right in there and it goes into there. And I think that's a 3/8 bolt here. Yeah, it threads in. But you need that's 3/8, and the hole here is I think 1/2 inch. So I'm probably going to have to make a bushing. You know, I could cheat and get a 1/2 inch bolt with a shoulder, and you know, it would be good enough to work. You know, I mean, it's sloppy, but it would work. Then I'd cut them threads down and use that shoulder, but that's not how we play around here. So I thought I was going to have a bushing that would fit, but I don't. So probably not going to do that right today. But that's one other thing we have to do. So alright, let me clean this up, and I'm going to try and loosen that up. Alright, we cleaned up and wire wheeled the best we could around the crease there. I didn't go any further because I don't think it has to move out that far. But anyway, yeah, I haven't cleaned out down in here, right up against the shaft and stuff. So I'm going to squirt the arrow coil in there, and we'll see what happens. You throw it on the tripod and I'll show you what we're up against here. Alright, see, I can get this to move with a hammer. See, if you watch down here. But you know, that's a casting. You don't want to do that too much. So, like I said, let's juice her up, let her sit, and then we'll try and loosen it up a little bit. All right, we juiced it up. We lubed it up around this whole edge here, and then behind there, and then this hole. And let me turn the light on. It's always a good sign when you squirt some of this stuff in there. I'm doing it left-handed, and you watch it, and it actually sinks down. That means it's actually dispersing itself throughout the joint there. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's hope for the best. So far we've been pretty lucky, eh? Alright, it's only been a few minutes and I was tapping this back and forth with the hammer, and it was loosening up pretty good. Then I was able to grab it with my hand, and you know, we got it actually moving in and out now. So I think I might clean off the rest of that primer there. So yeah, I guess that aero coil, in this case that aero coil is good stuff, you know. But look at it, you can move it one fingernail. We like that. Alright, like I say, I'm going to clean off the rest of that rust there, and we're good to go. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting so lucky. Must be good living. Good living does that. Alright, yeah, that worked out well. We're going side to side and spinning freely all the way around here. So, that worked out well. Alright, I guess what we'll do now is make that bushing. I was going to pinstripe it and letter it, but I'm not in the mood for that right now. So maybe I'll do the lettering later, but pinstripe's going to take a little while. So I was looking at this. Here's the shaft that we made for the fan, and it fits in here perfect. You know, and I thought this hole in here was a little wallered out, but it's not. It's pretty tight. So I'm going to see if I can find that piece of steel again. I think I know where it's at. And that shouldn't be too much trouble. Then we just have to cut it and put it on the lathe and make it just a shy proud on maybe each side there. Maybe make it about a 64th larger than this piece here. That way when you tighten it up, you know, it'll be able to move. So, and this will work out nice because this bolt here just has a little shoulder, so it'll sit on that shoulder, and I'll just have to cut that, you know, put it in the thing over there and cut it so it's perfect. Okay. Alright, we'll see you over the lathe. Alright, it only took a couple minutes. That's why I didn't bring you guys over there with me. It would have taken longer to set you up than to do the job. All we did was make a bushing here. You know, we already had the outside diameter, so you just had to drill a 3/8 hole in there and then face off both ends. So it's just a little proud on both sides here, and it came out good. And then the bolt, I just got a 3/8 bolt with a shoulder, and cut it down, and didn't even put it on a lathe, just put it on a sander. So should work. Let's give it a try. Let me move you guys over. Hold on. Here we go. Whoa. All right. Yeah, you don't even have to be zoomed in. All right. Let's give it a try. Oh, watch yourself. I almost stepped on you. All right, we got the bushing in there, and then this sort of gets finagled in here like that. It's funny, this thing don't move a whole lot. There we go. Where I wasn't catching the threads. I guess I could put a washer in if I wanted to, but alright, we're all tight. Alright, that's it. That's as whoop, let me turn you around, I can't see you. Alright. That's as far as it moves, you see that? That's it. And let me turn these around here so you can see. You see my two fingers here? There's a spring that goes onto this little tit and onto this little tit here, and it holds it down, and the centrifugal force will push that out and unhook the latch. So so we're doing good there. Alright, I guess the next thing I'll do is maybe I'll highlight these letters in gold. Alright, we'll see you then. Alright, yeah, I took the flywheels off and set them up here on my little a little Workmate 400, and let me show you what we're doing. You see, it kind of looks good from here, but when you get close up, you see this is a rough casting. Even up close it looks pretty decent. But I'm going to have to come back and touch up like you see the B. I'm going to have to put a couple blue dots in there. Even the R. Clean up the R with a real sharp brush. But let me show you how I go about doing this. And I'll set you up on a tripod. Here's what we're using. We're using the one-shot sign painter's paint. You know, it's for pinstripers and stuff like that. And it's pretty good stuff. I've been using it for years. It's not as good as it used to be. It used to have lead in it and stuff like that, but they had to change their formulas, and even now, you know, it's real thin. But you know, and it don't last. If you ever see a ghost sign on a wall, you know, like in an old town or something for Coca-Cola or something, chances are it was painted with one shot, and the stuff lasts for, you know, 100 years or so. But now you're lucky if this stuff lasts 10 years. I pinstriped my truck and it didn't even last 10 years. It wore off. So, alright, let me throw these up on a tripod and we'll show you how we do this. Alright, here's what I was using. One of these foam brushes. I cut the end off here, and this is what I have, and I just dab it in that, and then make sure it's not a whole lot. And then, you know what, let me do this from right hand so I don't, hold on. Whoa. I'll get some comments about that. Alright, I'm holding this camera with my left hand now. And then you just try and get it as square as you can. And like I said, I'm going to have to come back with you know, a touch-up brush and clean up like inside the E and stuff like that. But you know, it's actually coming out pretty good. So let me put you on a tripod and we'll do a little. All right, we'll try not to stick our sleeves in anything here. Here, make note of this this word here we're going to highlight, because I was doing a little reading, and the club, the Brownwall Club, oh, you see I messed up there, but you can touch that up, it's okay. The Brownwall Club says that, you see it says Holland. They say there's only one of these engines that they know about, because most of the Brownwall was sold to the Holland company in Holland, Michigan. And if you have one that says Holland on it instead of I forgot what it was, another Michigan town, maybe Saginaw, I'm not sure, but they say if it has Holland on there, they only know of one. I told little dirtbike, I says, this is it. He goes, oh, you got the second one. I said, no, this is it. This is the only one. And he got a kick out of that. But okay, let's touch this up a little more. Okay. Like I said, we're going to have to come back and like clean inside the D and stuff. But that's what we got. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I found that page where the history of the Brownwall engine was, and like I say, this is from the guys that follow this kind of stuff. And that's the engine right there. And if you see it, it says Lansing on there. I think I said Saginaw out in the garage, but it's actually Lansing. But let's go down here to this is the history of it right here. And if you check the last sentence in the second paragraph, you'll see it says what I was telling you about. They found at least one that says Holland on it. So, you know, I always say, you know, this is rare, that's rare, but anytime you get something that's 100 years old, it's going to be rare. But apparently this one really is. So pause that and read that. It's pretty interesting. Alright, I went back and gave everything a second coat to a point of where it looks sloppy, you see around here. But that's okay, because you can touch this blue up and you'll never tell. And that's what I wanted to do, like make sure the M got plenty of paint there, so I can go in there and crispen that up. Same with the H. And over here the B. But even if I didn't do that, you know, overall here I'm only 2 foot away, not even. 18 inches away, and it looks pretty good. So I still have to put a pinstripe. I'm only going to put a small pinstripe, you know, in between the letter and here, you know, half pinstripe here and half one right here. But that's another day. And then maybe a couple little sort of points here. Okay, I'm going to flip this over to the other side. Alright, I turned this wheel over, and these letters are much crisper, much nicer, you know, it's a much nicer casting. I don't know if they're, you know, both cast similar, and one of them just weathered, you know, it might have been sitting in mud or water, I don't know, but the letters are just so much crisper. Okay. Alright, that's only one coat there. But let me take you off the tripod and show you. Hold on. Alright, I know, hold on. Okay. Yeah, if you look at the B, you could actually see the... Try not to get too much glare here. But you see the two dots in there, and the R isn't connected, and, you know, everything is just so much nicer. Even the P there. And the company, CO. Down here, the H is pretty decent. And the M, you can actually tell it's an M instead of just a big blob. So, I'm going to give it another coat just so it has plenty of paint on it. And then we'll come back and we'll touch it all up. So, it's nice that this side was much nicer. Alright, I just thought you'd find that interesting. Alright, yeah, I got all the pinstriping done, and now I just have to touch it up. Some spots, like right here, there's a raised letter, and when you go over it, you know, it just, the brush doesn't go over it smoothly. Same with here, a couple raised letters, and I got to touch it up, but that's okay. You know, I mean, pinstriping isn't supposed to be perfect, you know, but I'm happy with it. I have to go around some of the letters and get off some of that, but yeah, once I do that, then I think I'm done with the pinstriping. So, alright, yeah, I'm liking it. Probably doesn't look that well because of the bad reflections here, but in person it looks pretty good. It's acceptable. Alright, yeah, these things have been sitting for a couple hours, and the striping's all dry, so I can go and start touching everything up. Touching up the blobs and stuff, like this stuff here. I got you on my left hand, that's why I don't have too much control. But I just get like a modeler's brush or something, and I could touch that up right along there. And what's nice about the casting and stuff, it'll be virtually invisible. And now for the letters and stuff, come on over here, I'll show you what I'm using. I got these other brushes, you can see that's the size of a model brush. And this one here is, you know, they're so much thinner, it's unbelievable. Here's a needle. I have a needle here. This is used to sew fabric on an airplane, old airplane. But the hairs on these brushes are actually about half the thickness of a needle. So, you know, I can get them. Here's the medium size one. Where you at? Okay. I could actually get that in here, you know, like between the H here, and clean that up, and then the M. I might even use the. Sorry about that. I might even use the littler one to get in there. So I'll throw these up on a tripod and give you a sample example, because this is probably going to take an hour or two, maybe. You know, probably an hour per side. I don't know. I'll have to start doing it and see how long it takes. But just to make it look right. We won't be showing you too much of it, because I think this video is probably getting to be about a half hour, 25 minutes, a half hour anyway. So, alright, let me set this up on a tripod and we'll give it a try. Alright, got my little cup of paint here. Let me just see that. I'm going to stick it on the crank there. And I got the real fine one here. We'll try that first. What I'm going to do is just dip it in there. And you know what? That's a bad spot, because I might hit that with the back of the brush. There we go. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I try to keep my head out of your way. I can't even see where the brush is at. There we go. See how nice and crisp that is now? Yeah, you don't hold much on that brush. I can't even see it myself. Alright, but that's how we're going to go around. Like I said, here's the M. I might even have to get a magnifying glass here so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, but you see how much nicer that comes out? Just that little bit of touch up there. So I'm going to do all this, the top half, like the H, and inside the O. I'm even in there. Yeah. If you don't do it, nobody notices it, you know. But if you do it, you know yourself it's done right. Alright, like I said, it's going to take me a couple hours, so I'm going to do this and then we'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, and then that'll be it. Alright, I'm going to move these back out of the way, okay? Alright, yeah, we got this one side done, and I was right, it took about an hour, and I'm happy with it. And this one liked to kill me. I mean, this was the rough side, this is the rough casting, so hopefully the other side won't be as bad. Alright, let me flip this over and we'll do that side for you. Alright. Yeah, this side was a piece of cake. This is the side with the crisp letters and the good casting. So very little touch up, and I'm happy with it. It came out nice. So it's getting late. We'll throw this on the engine there and put an end to this video. You know what? I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to do that. Alright. I'll see you then. Alright. Yeah, it's the next day, and I'm happy with the way the flywheels turned out. And not much for me to do now. It's I got to make maybe the cylinder base gasket, a gasket for the intake, and maybe a gas tank. And then turn it over to Mike. Let him work his magic on it. So that's where we're at. Alright, you guys stayed in here and hung in with me. I appreciate it. And if not, you guys don't know what you missed, right? One of my subscribers said that. I had to repeat that. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next one.